Maybe we could talk a little bit about your most famous client, the Carl Hessler yard, and their most famous equine star, Allegro. How long have you been working for Carl?
Oh gosh, about 10 years now. Yeah, about 10 years. And so I tend to see these, the wonderful thing for me is I tend to see these horses coming in at a very early stage. And Vallegro's no exception. You know, I saw him when Carl bought him and brought him over.
What age was he?
And I can't remember now. Actually, it must have been about 6 years ago, I think now.
Okay, so he was green.
He was very green. Yes, and you know, Carl runs the most amazing yard. I mean, it is.
Tell us about that.
Oh, he. The only way I can describe it is. I think some people's perception of dressage and sort of European, certainly European dressage, has been that it's been, dare I say, slightly dictatorial. So these horses have been made to do this. Carl will ask, and he'll ask again, and his training methodology is extraordinary. He doesn't tell these horses what to do. He will ask and he will encourage. I think there's, without question, he is a very sensitive rider. He's a very careful rider. He's a very, very clever rider. And sometimes that can go against you because from strictly from a farriery or veterinary or physiotherapy point of view, we might well notice something. But he has an unbelievable, as most professional riders do, have an unbelievable ability to be able to mask it. So hence the reason why we always look at the horses free. So we'll always trot them up, walk them up and trot them up. Might put them on the lunge as well, but we'll also see them ridden as well to make sure that you know, he's not being clever in his methodology of how he rides them. All the horses are peaceful. Whenever anybody goes there, they're always amazed that it is a very tranquil place. There's chickens running around and there are dogs running around. And the setup of the yard, I think, from a psychological aspect for horses is brilliant because it is in a U shape and all the horses, it's all outdoors and all the horses look over at one another. All the horses seem really, really happy. I know it sounds a bit bizarre, but you go to other yards where sometimes, you know, there's a bit of tension there, or the horses all go out in the field because he's a firm believer that horses should be treated normally. So when we get into the debate, as very often we can do, of how much length can you put on shoes, you know, and then they say, oh well, that's all very well, but you know, Vallegro goes out in the field. You know,
not with another horse though.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, they go out in the field with other horses as well. They'll go out together. They don't. No, they go out together. They'll go out. They're buddied up, so there'll be 2 or 3 of them in paddocks together. Utopia, obviously, you know, being a stallion, he'll go out on his own. So when I get into the debate of people saying, well, you know, that's all very well, you know, you've showed us this, but you can't give because my horses go out in the field. And I say, well, you know, try telling Carl Hessler that because his does as well. And we lose the odd shoe. You know, sometimes when these horses haven't been out for a while, or they've been off to competitions, and then he wants to give them a little bit of free time, you know, they go ballistic. And we all know that's when you're likely to pull the shoes off. They all go out hacking, every single one of them. There's not one horse that doesn't go out hacking as well, so they'll go out hacking down the road. And Carl has a wonderful friend, and it was an old trainer, a lady, who is, I hope I don't get this wrong, but she'd be in her late 70s now, and she rides Vallegro out. When she's there, she will ride Vallegro out down the road with the others.
Is that easy?
Oh, he's the most extraordinary horse. He's just amazing. And in fact, I was there one day because I just get him out after we've walked him up and trotted him up and seen him. And I know him now anyway, so we just get him out and tie him up, and he's the same as any other horse. He's not treated any differently to any of them. And whenever you get visitors there, you know, they always come in and they always want to see, you know, who's the star. And I happen to get out from underneath this horse, and I've got sort of, you know, they're saying hello to them and chatting to them, and I've got my arm. And they're saying, well, where is he? Where is he? And I said, well, which one? Well, the star. And I said, well, you're looking at him. And he's just...